Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Album Rewind, the show we're doing throughout the month of June here in 2021, where we take a look at a classic album from a classic band that kind of gets overshadowed a little bit by its big brother or big sister that came out before it. So in this instance, and by the way, happy Sunday, everybody. It's hot as anything here in the Northeast. 90-something degrees outside, humid. Woo! So, of course, no, I did not get a haircut. I just got all the hair all the way back today because I got to go outside and do a little bit of mowing the grass and some stuff outside, and it's going to be murder. So I figure, yeah, it's going like this today. Anyway, Black Sabbath. The album in question, released July 21st, 1971, on the Vertigo label, produced by Roger Bain. Of course, we're talking about Master of Reality. That bad boy right there. All right. This comes, hot on the heels, not long before it, of Paranoid, which, many people cite as one of the greatest albums that Sabbath ever released. Definitely a game changer for a lot of people, myself included. This has all the memorable songs on, War Pigs and Title Track and Iron Man and, Fairies Wear Boots, Electric Funeral, so on and so forth. However, the point of doing the show is to kind of go back and revisit, to rewind, to go listen to an album that maybe if you're somewhat of a casual fan of this band, maybe you never listened to Master of Reality, or maybe if you are a longtime fan, maybe you haven't heard in a while. It's time to go back and give some credit to this damn good album that followed up a legendary album, but in its own right is just as classic, just as legendary, right? So, some great stuff on here. This perhaps moving more into that kind of whole doom stoner vibe than its predecessor, right? That album may have more of the legendary tracks. However, I think this album is as heavy, if not heavier, and maybe for some people, not myself totally. I don't listen to Paranoid as much anymore because I played it so much back in the day. Whereas Master of Reality still is pretty fresh with me for the most part. You got Sweet Leaf, right, which kicks off, of course, you got that, what reputed to be Iommi's coughing at the beginning, before the big, stonerific riff comes in. The song is all about Hail the Leaf, right? The Mighty Sweet Leaf, legendary song, pretty kind of upbeat, though, for this album, right, for the most part. I mean, yeah, it's still a doomy track, but it's, I would say, out of all the tracks on here, it's easily the most upbeat. I don't know another word for it, right? After that comes After Forever, which is just amazing. I think one of the underrated songs in the discography of this band, especially from the Ozzy era, the original era. It's kind of fast-paced. It's got these big, heavy riffs. It's got the kind of anti-Christian lyrics, all right, which Geezer was a Catholic, but he, early on they wrote some songs that had, kind of like occult or satanic connotations, although the band always claimed they were never into all of that. After Forever, great song, great riff. Then we go into Embryo, which is a cool little, they got a couple of these on the album, a cool little like guitar piece for Mr. Iommi, doing something a little different, kind of folky, kind of jazzy, kind of bluesy, right, all wrapped up into one. But it's fairly brief. Next, to end off side one of the LP, first half of the CD, you've got the legendary Children of the Grave. Horror themes, Brontosaurus riffing. You got that amazing, Bill Ward drum thing going on throughout the song. I mean, this song doesn't work without Bill Ward's drumming on it. It does not. As great as the riffs are, as great as the rumbling bass from Geezer is, as great as Ozzy's vocal is on this song, right? It's just such a chilling, evil, heavy song. It doesn't work without those busy, kind of jazzy drum fills throughout the song from Bill Ward. Amazing song. All right, over on the next side, you've got, once again, another little guitar piece from Mr. Iommi, a little orchid, right? Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And then, Lord of this World. Actually, no, sorry, that was Into the Void. Lord of this World. Just great song. Great, heavy, heavy Sabbath. And then you got Solitude, which, from Planet Caravan on the Paranoid album also goes into kind of like trippy, psychedelic, jazzy realms. Solitude kind of does the same thing. It's kind of this creepy, weird, meditative song. Sounds like it's something you'd be listening to like walking through the woods by yourself. You know, you got the flute. Iommi's, got acoustic guitars and the flute and just a little bit of piano, some jazzy guitar work. Really, I actually enjoy Solitude more than Planet Caravan. I think Solitude is just a weird song, but it kind of works on this album. And then, of course, Into the Void. That was the riff that I was doing before. Into the Void is just sledgehammer heavy. You talk about Brontosaurus riffing, man. Woof. Killer stuff. Absolutely killer. Another one of those underrated Sabbath classics. Usually people, when you talk about the early part of the catalog, a lot of folks tend to always bring up a lot of the same songs, the legendary songs. War Pigs, Iron Man, Paranoid, Fairies Wear Boots, Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Hole in the Sky, Sense of the Universe, title track to Black Sabbath, right? NIB. But, man, songs like Into the Void and, After Forever, Lord of This World, all right? Supernaut from the fourth album, there's just certain songs. Spiral Architect, there's all these, like, I hate to call them second tier because they're not, because to me they're top tier. But as far as like, the general consensus in the public eye, it's like these are these songs in their catalog that just don't seem to get mentioned enough, but they're every bit as equal to the more well-known stuff from the band. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of this album. This is a top 3 Black Sabbath album of all time, easily, and it never gets old. It's just so heavy. If you're just looking for down and dirty, doomy, stonerific Black Sabbath. This is like can't go wrong, top to bottom. Just great stuff. You got a couple quick little musical interlude respites between all the bruising stuff. You got the totally bizarre and out there Solitude. The rest of it just kicks your ass. Kicks your ass, takes no prisoners, kicks your ass, spits you out for dead. Move on to the next, right? Anyway, that is our classic album rewind for today. Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. If you haven't listened to it in a while, please do. If you've never listened to it, well, what are you waiting for? Now's the time. Thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned tomorrow morning for another classic album rewind. We're doing this throughout the month of June, each and every day. Plenty to choose from, folks. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on that subscribe button. Click on the little notification bell. This way you get an email every time we got a new video posting. I get so many of you are like, oh, I didn't know you posted this, or when are you going to do this? It's because you don't click on those notifications, and then you come back and you see that I've done 15 videos of the week, and you don't get to watch everything. But if you actually click on that notification, you'll get that email every time. All right? So yeah, subscribe. Check the playlist for all the old great content we have. We've got almost 7 years, well over I think like 1,500 videos here on the channel. If you want to make a donation to the channel as well, we've got a link to our Ko-Fi page, as well as a link to our merch page where you can get one of the many Sea of Tranquility, Monsters Den, Hudson Valley Squares, comic book easers, all sorts of stuff, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, caps, stickers, coffee mugs, all sorts of assorted things. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of the weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.